Hey there, welcome back to my channel where I help you create fitness from the inside out. If we haven't met yet, my name is Omega. Please introduce yourself in the comments, and if you are excited about this video, go ahead, give it a like and subscribe to my channel. By subscribing to my channel, you help me create more free content for you that is meaningful, like this one today, which is about the menstruating body and the fitness process. Before we dive too deep into this topic, let's do some background because this is a really deep topic and I want to make this video as concise and informative and inspiring as possible. So firstly, a cycling person is usually a biological woman who menstruates. So that's what a cycling person is. And unlike men or people who are biologically men, we, women, or cycling people have a different biological clock inside of us that sets us apart from men, and that is the infradian clock. You may have heard about the circadian clock, the circadian rhythm, the sun and the moon. The sun comes up, the moon goes away, the moon goes away, the sun comes up. Well, much like that, we have the cyclical process in our body. It's usually a 28 to 32 day cycle. So all of this information I was inspired to research more and to apply to myself by my friend Ariel, and more about her later. She's amazing. And then if you want more on this topic, you should really read Alyssa Vidi's book, In the Flow. This is where I started my journey and how I exercise at different phases of my cycle. And I must say that after months of practicing this, I get to work out less, I stay more fit, and I am more aware of my cycles and can plan my life better. A little backstory about me being a woman and menstruating. I worked myself out of a period. I did not menstruate my whole fitness career, like on stage doing bikini modeling fitness career. And it finally came back at the age of 22, and I've been regular ever since, but that does not mean that I have been in tune with my cycle ever since. And this video is to help you get the tools. So I want to start this talk by showing you my screenshot of this menstrual calendar. It is by Alyssa Vidi, who wrote the book In the Flow, and you can see the different red and pink colored lines here. They all indicate different things. So I'm going to go by this color by color, and I hope you follow along. The darkest color that you see is actually our bleed phase. And then the color after that is what I like to call the activation phase. And I got that from my friend Ariel, who owns a supplement company, Ovamoon, which I'll tell you more about in a little bit. But the first phase I like to look at as my activation phase. So that's like right after my period ends, I'm ready to activate. And what happens in this phase is testosterone and estrogen start to rise. And as testosterone and estrogen rise, we start to feel really good. And by the 5th to 7th day, after the 7th day, we enter a new phase, which is our ovulatory phase. So at this time, testosterone and estrogen is at the highest. And what I like to do in this phase is build. And I'll explain how you can incorporate all of these into your fitness routine towards the end of the video, but I just want to give a little breakdown first. So in the second phase is the building phase. And what I like to do in this phase is give myself really good challenging workouts that help me build muscle. So you can see the first and second phase are really about building muscle, whereas the third and fourth phase are a little different. The third phase I like to refer to as the cycle down phase. That's when in the fitness program you were at your peak when you were ovulating, or maybe like, let's say, 2 weeks, and then some days weeks after your period, you hit this peak in your hormones where you feel good. You're ovulating, you're more social, you're more cognitive. It's awesome. And then we start to come down, which is a natural, cyclical, beautiful process. And this cycling down period, I like to do more longer duration cardio and restorative things that feel good. But really, the restoration starts in the bleed phase. So it carries from the luteal phase into your bleed phase. And what I like to do in the bleed phase is restore. Is yoga, is mindful movement, Tai Chi, stretching. Those things are meant to help restore our bodies. And by the bleed phase, I know that if you've ever bleed, you probably feel like, yeah, Tai Chi, yoga, that's all I want to do. Thanks. I want to read you a quote really quick before I dive deeper into what exactly the workouts look like in each phase of your cycle. This cyclical process gives our bodies the time to build and retain muscle more efficiently and instill good biological and innate metabolism. So what I mean by that is that as we bring our bodies up to a crescendo, that 2-week period where our hormones are like at its peak and we're feeling good, as we do that, we have the opportunity to build muscle, right? And then as we come down, as estrogen and testosterone are dipping, then we have an opportunity to actually lose more fat and do gentler exercises that actually make us more aerobically efficient, meaning that we lose fat quicker, which is why work out less, get more fit is the motto of this video. So before I talk about how to actually put that in to your fitness plan, I want to tell you that I am doing an 8-week course on fitness and menstruation. I'm doing it with my friends Ariel and Dana, who are the founders of Ovamoon, which is a menstrual balancing supplement. Link to that below. And in this 8-week course, we want to help you understand, embrace, and master your body through the innate wisdom in your menstrual cycle. Having learned and implemented this stuff, I know it's hard and I know it's a process, so that's why Ariel, Dana, and I designed this 8-week course. This information has been so inspiring for me and has truly changed the way I approach my fitness, and I've found that, again, I can work out less and I can stay fitter when I abide by certain principles that are nutritional, that are mental, that are spiritual, and that are fitness related. So that 8-week course is going to include all of that. A link below is for that course. Now, moving on. So what do the actual nuts and bolts look like in each phase? So after a period, what I like to call, and Ovamoon calls the activation period, I like focusing on HIIT exercises, on strength exercises, and on long interval endurance exercises. And that is just because I'm taking advantage of my rising hormones, and you should too. We have an extremely awesome biological opportunity to hack our system in this first 5 to 7 days after we bleed. So my advice here is to go a little lighter than you would usually go. Don't blow it all in like 1 week. Go a little lighter at like 40 to 50% of your capacity. If that doesn't really make sense to you, then just go light, go easy on yourself, and again, don't blow it all. The second phase is the build phase. So after that 5 to 7 days, your body starts to ovulate and then you are fertile. So mark this out on your calendar. Get this calendar that I am using. It's called Flow and it's by Alyssa Vitti, and I swear it's been super helpful in helping me track. So in this second phase, what you want to focus on is exercises that are HIIT, strength, and interval focused again. But this time you want to challenge yourself a little bit more. A good example of this is maybe you are new to doing side planks, and a starfish plank is something that you really, really want to achieve. So maybe when you're ovulating, you work more on your starfish planks for that 5 to 7 days. And that could look like practicing it 3 days a week, or doing some plank challenges, or finding plank exercises that actually really challenge you and build your capacity. So again, the second phase of your menstrual cycle, your ovulatory phase, that's the time to take advantage of your body being at its peak. This is when we can train how we typically idealize training, which is like go hard, go home, no pain, no gain. Really only do that in your second phase of your cycle, because that's when your body is most optimized for it. The third phase is the cycle down phase. And so for this phase, I like to do low intensity, long duration cardio, body weight training, and then mild strength training. So this is the time to start tapering down your exercises. And I really love long duration, low intensity cardio because that really does keep our body in the optimal fat burning zone. zone, and it is easy on our body too. It tends to be easier on the joints than interval cardio or high impact cardio or high intensity interval training. This is the time to go easier on yourself because essential hormones that give you that up and go that you get in your ovulatory phase when you're peaking are now starting to decrescendo. Now we're starting to go downward, and you're starting to get to the restoration phase of your fitness plan and in your own cyclical rhythm. So maybe this is a time that you focus on calisthenics or longer yoga sessions, or you go out for a long walk or a mild hike with friends. Any of those things can be totally acceptable in this phase. And if you're taking notes or screenshotting these, which I hope you are, you can just literally add this right into your calendar. So you have your high intensity day, you have your long cardio day, you have your strength day. Like you can get it all set up here. This is a real good cheat sheet, and I'm really happy to be doing this for you guys. Or for you ladies, I should say. Anyway, the fourth and final phase is the restoration phase. Now, this is a time to do yoga sessions, body weight training, Tai Chi, and even just walking. This is the time also to focus on nurturing movements and nurturing workouts that actually favor inflammation reduction and mobility. This is the time where I'm like sitting in a deep pigeon stretch, or I'm doing Tai Chi, or I'm practicing breath work and things like that. And all of those things prime our body to start the next new phase, which would be phase one. So this is phase 4. And in phase 1, if we do things, if we just listen to our bodies throughout the last 2 phases of the cycle, when we're supposed to cycle down, we have an easier time achieving our fitness goals and feeling strong and awesome in the next cycle. So in implementing this for myself, as I said, I can work out less. I see the same, if not better, results. And I think something that's really important that a lot of us as women deal with is this pressure to, be exercising every day, have an amazing yoga practice, like do all the things. No, we don't need to do that. In fact, as women, we have this built-in time for restoration because that's important, and because that's how we show up for the world and show up for ourselves and give ourselves and everybody else what they need to keep this world a-going. A little bit about this 8-week course. We are inviting 12 women that are ready to take advantage of their natural cyclical nature to become more empowered and in tune with their menstrual cycle and really optimize their bodies in accordance to their menstrual cycle. I'm so excited to do this course with, again, the co-founders of Ovamoon, the menstrual balancing supplement, Ariel and Dana. If you want to know more about that, click the link below. We have a course description, and we have everything we're going to do each week. There's going to be Zoom calls. You're going to get private coaching sessions. You're going to get a holistic cyclical workout plan and a holistic dietary plan. It's going to be so awesome. The more we share this, the more we empower each other to have the tools in each of our hands to really change how we work and how we embrace our cycle throughout the month. Share this information. It has empowered my life, and I know that if you stick to it, it will empower yours too. Like this video if you haven't already, and subscribe to my channel so I can keep making free content for you.